The Lord or his angel ate breakfast with you. God provided food for all the people and then killed everyone before they finished eating. God made your donkey talk to you. He told you to leave home and go and live somewhere else. He told you to sacrifice your son as a burnt offering. He brought a mental illness on King Saul. He killed 250 people with fire. He defeated your enemies in the latest battle. God killed your friends in an earthquake. He put your life in danger and then saved you. He took away your speech. He killed thousands of men, women and children in the Egyptian plagues. He made your partner infertile. So this assumption by all the Bible writers that God was the cause of everything is a reason for its major weakness. We need to be very sceptical and very cautious about stories written by people who could not explain good and evil, or everyday happenings, by any other means apart from God. The list continues. Here is a list of some laws found in the Bible, which we would have to somehow put in the statute books of this country, seeing as the Queen is head of state and head of the church, which is supposedly a Christian church. Personally, I cannot ever believe in a God who put these together. So the logical conclusion is that they are man-made, thought up by humans, written down by humans, and followed by humans. Keep one day of the week as a Sabbath and be stoned to death if you didn't. Offer a burnt animal sacrifice at least twice a year. Adultery carries the death penalty. Women are of no value. How to buy and sell slaves. You must murder all people who worship a different god. Badly behaved children must be stoned. They all sound very unlikely, but believe me when I say I have double-checked that they are really there in the Bible. Even the iconic Ten Commandments have two basic flaws. The first is, where is the golden rule? And the second is, how could you ever believe in a God who is going to punish your children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren and beyond if you didn't follow the commandments? Here it is. For I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, punishing the children for the sin of the fathers to the third and fourth generation of those who hate me. This is a list of the Ten Commandments as they are written in Exodus chapter 20. The print is very small on the screen, but I have left it like that so that you can see that these words are actually in there with the commandments. The list of awful and unbelievable things still continues, but I promise that this will be the last one. If we believed everything in the Bible, we would have to believe all these. That the earth and all life on it were created in just 6 days. That a snake can speak and possesses moral judgment. That it was quite common for everybody to live for at least 600 years. That a small boat could accommodate all the animals on earth. That all the animals on earth were able to survive for 40 days in a confined area without tearing each other apart. That language difference was caused by building a high tower. People who are ill are possessed with evil spirits. Notice that apart from the last one, all these examples have been taken from Genesis, the first book of the Bible. As I mentioned a moment ago, there are over 900 chapters in the Bible, so you can use your imagination as to how many non-literal or unbelievable things there are in there. So there is something happening here which is not quite right, and it is why, unfortunately, I have to reject most of the Old Testament. If you don't go for rejection, as I said before, you have to live as a Christian with contradiction. The God of the Old Testament is completely different to the Son of God of the New Testament. even though the Son of God says plainly that he and the Father are one. So the whole point of this epic ramble, which has led us far away from the subject of 9/11, is that firstly we must view the Old Testament God as a God of war, violence and instant death with a great deal of scepticism. And secondly, the Bible should not be used as an excuse for going to war, picking fights with anyone and everyone, either physically or verbally, or strapping a bomb to your chest and killing innocent people. It is sometimes useful to find a one-word description for a problem, and this is the word I would choose. The writers made the mistake of humanizing God. This word has two parts: anthropology, meaning the study of humans, and morph, meaning to change. So when the writers use descriptions such as war, vengeance, violence, hate, or on the other hand, love and forgiveness, they were humanizing someone or something which is probably not human in any sense. If we used human terms today to describe present-day events such as gravity, solar flares, asteroids, disease or earthquakes, we would be making the same mistake and be just as far away from the truth. Although, if you transport yourself back approximately 3,000 years to the time of the Egyptians and the pyramids, when most of the Old Testament Bible was written, and imagine how difficult it was then to explain and understand things, and writing had only just started as a form of communication, you will probably realise that it is some kind of miracle that we have anything written down at all. Perhaps we should be thankful for that miracle after all.